Welcome to Art Core, one comprehensive solution for transformative literacy in English and Spanish. Through extensive reading, writing, research, and analysis, students develop agency and expertise in a wide variety of disciplines, preparing them to lead in a changing world.
American Reading Company was founded by teachers for teachers with a singular mission: every child in America reading and writing on or above grade level.
ARC is honored to work alongside our Academic Advisory Board, a passionate group of renowned educators dedicated to ensuring all children have the support needed to achieve at the highest levels of college, career, and civic readiness. ARC Core is informed by ongoing research and independent reviews, and it's getting results in schools across the country with students, educators, and families just like you. We believe that every child can be an expert reader and writer for their own reasons, that every classroom can be a vibrant intellectual community of engaged researchers and citizens, that every family must be embraced and equipped as partners in learning, and that every school can be a system of excellence for all. With these big ideas in mind, let's see what a year of Art Core looks like.
Students build knowledge across 4 units, digging deeply into science content like marine life, social studies content like U.S. states, and literature content like traditional tales, all while acquiring and improving literacy skills and developing vocabulary. Check out what a 5th grade teacher has to say about her students' experience with Art Core.
We launched Art Core with the Literacy Lab, diving deep into space exploration, life in space, and speculative fiction. We read tons of books together that we never wanted to put down and learned a lot about summarizing, making arguments, and using context clues to figure out complex vocabulary. In Unit 2, my students chose and thoroughly researched an ecosystem, reading tons of books, working through a series of sophisticated life science questions. We made ebooks and public service announcements, all while getting better at main idea, key details, and informational writing standards. Unit 3 brought us a wonderful journey into realistic fiction. The process writing embedded in each Art Core unit made it easy for students to become better writers in each unit and across the year. In Unit 4, we engaged in an in-depth study of the Civil War, reading everything we could get our hands on, then learning to communicate informed opinions and well-reasoned arguments. We loved our lively class debates and creating newspaper articles. Watching the growth of my students as readers, writers, and researchers over the course of the year was truly astounding.
This knowledge building begins in kindergarten, with our youngest scientists learning about the world around them from the start.
It engages the kid where they need to be. They see themselves as readers, they see themselves as learners. They have matched the fact that they are scientists and that science is a part of their everyday life.
So what does this look like? Every lesson seamlessly integrates grade-level science and social studies concepts and language arts standards. Students read, speak, and write every day. They dive deeply into engaging content through complex texts and tasks with direct instruction, scaffolded supports, and meaningful application. This important work culminates in an authentic final writing product.
The title of my story is A Summer to Remember. When writing an adventure story, it has to involve some form of risk, and it also has to involve research so that our story will be believable. I learned how to use plot correctly in my story so that it engages my audience.
The daily rigorous work in this thinking curriculum is for all students. Our literacy block is intentionally designed to ensure every student fully participates in the deep learning of each unit.
Ese programa me ayudó porque yo pude, además de buscar la información y de leer más, pude también poner mis ideas,
descubrir talentos,
exacto.
In addition to print materials, SchoolPace Connect integrates with learning management systems to provide digital access to lessons, tasks, videos, including read-alouds, and resources to support teachers and students. Each unit is accompanied by a series of complex texts on the same topic, along with a rich, multi-level research library for independent research reading and writing. Teachers, students, and families can also access ebooks via ARC Bookshelf in school, at home, and on the go. ARC's K-2 units contain whole group foundational skills instruction that is grounded in the science of reading. This explicit, systematic, and sequential instruction helps ensure students secure solid phonological awareness, phonics, decoding, encoding, spelling, morphology, and word study skills early on. All students, regardless of grade, have access to targeted instruction and intervention within and beyond foundational skills. Teachers use the IRLA and/or ANEAL, diagnostic and formative assessment tools built on the standards, to determine what each student can do and what each student is ready to learn next.
With the infrastructure with ARC Core and with the toolkit lessons and with the IRLA, we could find very explicit phonics skills that they needed. I taught a student last year who I used the phonics gap tool in the IRLA, and I identified 3 very specific phonics areas where she needed more explicit instruction. She went from 2R to orange. She was on grade level by the end of the year, because once she had those foundational phonics skills and once I was able to identify them, she could just soar.
The e-IRLA and e-ANEAL are part of School Pace, ARC's online performance management system. This system is sensitive to small changes and provides students, teachers, and leaders the ability to track rate of growth and level of performance across time.
I can specifically tell you what the child's strengths are, where he is, where it is that he's got to be, and how to fill that gap. It's just checking in, just monitoring what's going on and monitoring that progress so that we can see that growth and so that we can actually measure the growth.
Once teachers have used the IRLA and/or the ANEAL to determine what each student is ready to learn next, toolkit lessons are used to provide every student the instruction, corrective feedback, and practice they need to accelerate reading growth and close gaps. It is essential for students to have opportunities to practice and generalize what they are learning to other books. To ensure every student has access to additional books, each classroom receives a curated collection of the best multicultural, multi-perspective, multi-level books. Each collection contains multiple genres and topics at a wide range of reading levels and rotates often to ensure a fresh flow of great books throughout the year. Students are challenged to read voraciously in school and at home from any book they choose, and these wide reading libraries are available in both print and electronic forms.
En mi salón yo creo que los niños están más motivados, están más emocionados de leer, como cuando le pongo los 15 minutos y esos 15 minutos se acaban, tú escuchas a los niños, se ponen como que quieren seguir leyendo. Entonces eso es algo que el programa le permite que se motiven y que amen a sus libros.
Families are provided resources and information to further support their student. School Pace home updates provide families with clear, user-friendly information in English and Spanish, and the tools and resources they need to help their children learn.
I definitely believe that my children recognize their own growth. They talk about it, they share it. With ARC, a lot of the decoding that they have done or some of the words that they've practiced, you see them become a lot more proficient. They were very much aware of where they used to be and where they are now, and then talking about where they want to be. So once they had that intact, they kind of just made this steady growth.
No sabe, Lucía, la alegría que siente una madre de ver la cara de satisfacción de su hija, porque ella estaba orgullosa de su trabajo. Y yo la miraba y decía, es que no hay cosa que tenga un valor como el ver la felicidad de tu hija.
I love the fact that he actually enjoys it. If he enjoys it, I know he'll keep wanting to do it. So being that the program has been made fun, he keeps rising in those levels, and that's what I love about it.
Michaela has always shown an interest in reading, but now, once she finds the book for her, she becomes totally immersed and fully engaged in her story, and I could not be any happier.
ARC Core is a comprehensive literacy solution for schools and districts working in English, Spanish, or anywhere on the spectrum of dual language models. Teachers are provided everything they need to help students with diverse talents, language assets, and life experiences succeed and find joy in their classrooms every day.
The lessons that are provided is literally right there. It gives you from the morning message to the phonics transitions into the interactive read alouds, transitions into the questions, and then the reading lab that the kids have to do independently, where they push for them to read for at least 10 to 15 minutes independently without interruption, which then leads them into the writing component. All of it's connected. And if you follow the process the way that it's set up, then you're setting your kids up for success. So you're gonna see growth regardless at the end of the school year.
As a dual language immersion school district, we really had a motivation to bring the monolingual and the dual language together, using the Erla and the Neil, that we're able to really articulate some of those foundational skills, those growth opportunities for students.
Without American Reading Company's materials, I was a very exhausted teacher. With American Reading Company, that has all changed. Take it from a 20-year veteran teacher. This is the program you're looking for because it's not a series of bells and whistles. This is real material you use on a daily basis and start on day one ready to meet your kids right where their needs are.
ARC Professional Development provides the system in which adults get better every day. Professional learning is embedded in the tools teachers and leaders are using as they analyze data, plan and adjust instruction, and address systemic barriers. As part of a comprehensive, continuous approach to improvement, the ARC team works side by side with teachers and leaders to establish the conditions for success, guide implementation, grow expertise, and change outcomes for all students.
Through the pandemic, we didn't miss a beat. Our ARC coach, she did elbow-to-elbow coaching virtually with our teachers.
Having access to the Leadership Learning Series has helped to focus our practice and focus our support of our teachers to help to improve outcomes for our students.
American Reading Company is honored to partner with families and educators across the country. We share a commitment to student success, nurturing students as they develop agency and expertise in a wide variety of disciplines, solve big problems, and play prominent roles in their communities and the world.
This really makes literacy the focus of your district.
It will change, truly change children's lives.
I feel like I might become an illustrator and an author too, because I like to write and draw.
The job that I'm actually really thinking about is probably a teacher or a librarian.
I was thinking about the University of Pennsylvania.